Mihi koutou e hoa mā. Welcome back to Rosedale Park. Just sending a big mihi out to all our softball fans around the nation and around the world who have tuned in for us again. We got North Harbour Pango versus North Harbour Kōkōwai today. Oscar Anderson taking the mound for Pango after a bit of a rough outing last night against Auckland.
Fantastic, thank you. Terence Hibbert here, bringing the mihi for us today. Kura koutou katoa, no mai hara mai tēnei wā, te kemu poi uka. Welcome to day 3 action. It is game number 46 on the schedule, 11 a.m, which will see the big brother against the younger brother. North Harbour Pango, the A team, with their black shirts out in the field here, will take on the juniors, Kōkōwai, which means maroon, so maroon shirt. They'll be batting first here. As you just mentioned, Oscar Anderson will get the start on the hill again for the North Harbour Pango team. Let's set the rest of the fielding line out for them for you. Left to right in the outfield, Nick Lanigan, Levi Wilson and Hohepa Monk will range the grass for Pango today. Hot corner third base will be Logan Fraser-Lewis, Katavarona, mainstay at shortstop today, pairing with Hugh Davies at second base. Marty Cannons gets to start at first base today. Behind the dish, the ever-experienced Curtis Tompkins. Offensively for the juniors, the Kōkōwai team, be led off by JP Gerbes, the shortstop. Jamison Graham will hit 2 today, the second baseman. Ihaka Tangaroa, he'll be hitting in the 3 spot. Joseph Hall will be clean up today. John O'Little, co-captain, he's hitting 5. Ryan Love will be hitting in the 6th spot, the right fielder. Hayden Wahanui, the other co-captain, he'll be at left field, hitting 7 today. Jesse Fuller's at third base, hitting 8. And Hemi McCarthy, the centre fielder, will round out the batting order for the young team, Maroon, North Harbour Kōkōwai. Great to have you along for it. I'm Jason Gerbes, a.k.a. Chopper. As you already heard from my fellow commentary partner here, Terence Hibbert, very experienced elite softball pitcher. I'm not going to say in his day, because...
You said that yesterday, Chopper.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of feels like, because I've seen you do it. And a big pitch on the outside edge as Gerbes goes down for the first strike. I've seen you do it in the past, mate. You pull it out of the suitcase and bang her a waggy.
You talking about the guitar or the glove? I'm not sure.
I tell you what, I love it when you bring both. It'll be Jamison Graham now, second baseman here in the top of the first innings. North Harbour Pango side, the A team out in the field. And an excellent NFC so far. Curveball outside for a ball. Just the one loss through the first 2 days of play, and that was to Auckland last night. And it kind of felt like to me, Terence, in that game last night, maybe the Pango team playing a little bit of poker, hiding their cards just a little.
Yeah, there was no reason to show their top pitchers to Auckland at the stage of the tournament, so it's not a bad thing. It doesn't look like we're going to get rained out, so it's not going to really affect us. You know, I'm a firm believer that you have to keep winning, though.
We do indeed, as we continue here on a beautiful summer's day here on the penultimate day of the tournament. 23 degrees here locally Celsius, heading for a high of 26 today.
Nice hit.
And Graham on cue will get the offense started for the Kōkōwai team. Down to first base with a solid single.
Be interesting to see what they do here, whether they want to move him across or they let Huck swing the bat. He's been swinging the bat pretty well in recent times, so I'm picking they might just leave that runner there and let him see what he can do.
The pitching duties today, Ihaka Tangaroa, as you so rightly put, affectionately known as Hucks. First pitch to him is down low. Good coaching staff for the Kōkōwai team. Out on the field at third base is Dylan Tompkin. And over at first base is Fabian Markia. Head coach, manager of the team is none other than the Black Sox stalwart, 5-time world champion. It's Brad Orner.
Yeah, the Kōkōwai team so far has had some pretty hard results, you know, going down by 1 run a couple of times and, you know, just haven't seemed to put it all together.
Off and running on the pitch, the throw, the tag, and he is safe.
Safe as houses there. Beat that throw well. It was a good jump. one down scoring position for our Kōkōwai team. A little bit like the Battle of Auckland in Auckland yesterday. It's North Harbour versus North Harbour again.
It is indeed. You can see the tall stature of Ihaka Tangaroa, waiting for them to tidy up that base at second base. Jamison Grant hit it so hard, popped it out of the ground.
Used to run that fast chopper.
Downhill, backwind. I needed everything, to be fair. T-Bone needed everything. Back to the action here. 2 balls and 1 strike to count.
Ooh, big cut there.
Drop ball, just fouls it off on you're right, a big cut. Beautiful summer's day, as you can see there on screen. Blue sky, not a cloud in it today. I tell you what, we had young Nick Need in the booth with us. That's not Dylan Tompkin.
No,
that's Simon McMillan. Is it? Or Andy? Andy McMillan, apologies, yes. So calling the shots at third base today for the Kōkōwai team. I've all got beards, it's hard to tell them apart, T-Bone. Yeah, we had young Nicholas Need, the Canadian pitcher, here in the booth in a game yesterday, and I said, beautiful summer's day on the lake out past Centrefield, and I says, mate, that's actually a tradition here when you first broadcast. You've got to swim across the lake and time your run to see what you could do. He's like, okay, I could probably do that. Then I told him it's a sewage treatment plant. He's like, what? So a beautiful day, maybe not beautiful enough to take a dip in the Rosedale Lake. Inside corner. We'll send Tangaroa down for the second out.
Close enough, no complaint there. You know, it's good for him to know that that pitch is there for him when he gets out on the mound too. So, unfortunate way to find out though.
Oscar Anderson fed to Auckland last night, gave up to 7 runs through the 5 innings for an early termination, and that one gets another chance to redeem himself here today on the mound against Kōkōwai. First pitch was right on the inside edge to the catcher, Joseph Hall.
Be an interesting tussle. I mean, these guys see Oscar pitch every week, so you know, we'll see if he can do the job for them. He's had a pretty good season on the mound, considering he's a catcher.
Terence, there's a good question for you with your experience in pitching. Roughed up a bit last night. Mm-hmm. How does he rebound and reset to put on a good performance here today?
Oh, I think you have to leave the past in the past when it comes to pitching, mate. You know, if you pitch one ball at a time, it makes pitching a lot easier. There's no use bringing over last night's home runs or last night's
often
bad
running
pitches.
On the pitch, sorry, T-Bone, and swiping third base in the middle of the night is Jamison Graham.
Didn't even draw a throw. But yeah, that's how you pretty much, you just get up and go again. It's one pitch at a time, and every time you're trying to do better than the last time.
2 balls, 1 strike. Kōkōwai 60 feet away from opening their account here at the top of the first innings. Big swing on the rise ball. Can't catch up to it though. Hall will level the count.
And you know, no offence to the Kōkōwai team. You know, it's not the Auckland team. You know, in terms of their hitting lineup. And that's no disrespect meant to them, but you know, this would be a game that he could probably get some confidence back with and hopefully do a job for his team. That's why he's brought there.
In the handle and straight to Caleb Runa, down on one knee to retire the side here in the top of the first innings. No score in it as we go to the bottom and come back with the lineouts. Won't be long.
When it comes to the showdown, instinct always wins. Jack Lynx is good with it.
Bottom of the first innings between the battle of the big brother, little brother here is the North Harbour Pango that will come out batting. And their offensive lineup looks a little bit like this. Caleb Brunner, the shortstop, will lead off, followed by Pitarona And the DP role hitting 2 today. Harbour Pango, Hugh Davies, Oscar Anderson, the power and the punch, the order hitting 3, 4 and 5. Curtis Tompkins will be hitting 6 today, followed by Marty Cannons and Nick Lanigan. Rounding out the batting order is the left-handed specialist speedster, which is Levi Wilson. Looks like we had a change as well already, as we see Joseph Hall come into the catching role. No, he was there starting already. So defensively, let's set that for you. Joseph Hall's going to be doing the catching. Let's go to the infield. It'll be Jesse Fuller at third base, JP Gerbes at shortstop. 2 youngsters coming through the North Harbour program at the moment. Jefferson Graham and John O'Little on the right side. Mainstay, of course, John O'Little, the captain of the New Zealand under-18 Junior Black Sox team back in 2020. In the outfield today is Hayden Wahanui at left field. At centre for the Kōkōwai team is Hemi McCarthy. And at right field, running out the defensive order, is Ryan Love. So 2 very good teams out there today ready to match up with each other, T-Bone.
Yeah. I mean, some of these guys were, in the North Harbour team last year, and they've been dropped back this year. So, they've got something to prove.
Got a good umpiring crew here today in game number 46 on day 3 of the NFC. And over at third base officiating is Santa Claus, a.k.a. John Hickman. Nikki Ogier up from Christchurch. She'll be at first base officiating. And one of my favourites, to be fair, T-Bone behind the dish, calling the balls and strike. It is Wellington's Gavin Shepherd.
Uncle Gav. Yeah, great to see him here at the ballpark. Still playing his trade. He's one of the good guys in the blue crew.
Fantastic communicator, very consistent, and a bit like my fellow co-commentator. Perfect wine aged to the right perfection. Here we go, bottom of the first innings. Tangaroa versus Rona. Rise ball first is out of the zone. Ihaka Tangaroa comes from a family with a very long and storied history, T-Bone.
Oh, absolutely. Tangaroa whānau's, made famous all around the world. Chubb and his brothers, then now his children coming through. Long history, long arms.
Dad.
These guys have been around the ballpark a long time, and to Hux's credit, he hasn't had the best start, didn't have the best warm-up, but he doesn't get flustered easily, so, I expect him to just keep going.
Keep going indeed. Chubb Tangaroa, one of the great pitchers to come out of Aotearoa, right in the top echelon through the history of the game in New Zealand. A rise ball that would simply pop. A walk issued to Tangaroa, the lead-off batter here. Sorry, to Rona, the lead-off batter. We'll bring up the other Rona now. Just about another 12 feet taller. It's Pitta.
Yeah, you don't want to start with walks. That's that's sacrilege. You never want to walk the lead-off hitter, but let's hope he works his way into the game. Otherwise, lots of walks means lots of runs usually.
Good defensive outfit, this Kōkōwai team in the field. A hard hit ball first pitch from Rona down the line. Looking to go coast to coast is Caleb. Pitta will swipe second bag as well. Already Pango team looking aggressive on the base paths.
You're a little bit lax from the boys there. But yeah, nice hit, Pitta Rona.
Not mucking around. I'll take the first pitch.
Yep.
And then you can send out a runner for me, would you please? Would you? Young Gabe Wharepoti will take over the running duties at second base as arguably one of the most exciting new members to the New Zealand Black Sox. Went away to American Samoa and just tore the cover off the softball. It is Harbour Monk.
Oh, he had a taste a little while back, and had a bit of a break, but he's putting time into his game now, and fair play to him. He's made it back in the team. And
squeeze play, home, the foot like it's in, and it is in. The foot is in first. Looked like the tag was on the hip. Gavin Shepherd right there calls him safe coming into home plate, and it looks like he's got an obstruction call his way, maybe a block.
Yeah, it was a tight play. Maybe the tag was a little bit high up on the body and the feet got in first, but be interesting to see here in the replay.
Knee is down in front of the plate.
He's in. Good call.
Right there, foot between the legs of Caleb Rona and Gavin Shepherd. Right there, right play, right call. It is Pango that lead the ball game 1-0.
Interesting, still no outs here for Kōkōwai.
Squeeze
They've
play.
just got to get one here.
Squeeze play early in the match. Head coach for the Pango team A side from North Harbour, Callum Ryan, over at third base, calling the shots. Off and running on the pitch, and running from third base. It's a gifted run for the Pango team. 2-0 now.
Yeah, these boys better, increase their intensity a little bit and sharpen up, and otherwise it's going to be a short day for them. I know it's hot, but it's hot for everybody.
Well, we mentioned the Pango teams having outstanding NFC so far as they've marched through every team except for Auckland over the first 2 days. And they're showing the reason for that right here, right now on the bottom of the first innings. Another running bunt. One-handed, might I add, from Oscar Anderson.
Sure that's not Hugh?
Hugh Davies, apologies. Yes, of course, Hugh's still in here.
Hugh's having a great second part of the season, hitting the ball really, really well for Northcote. See if he can translate that here. I know he had a couple of hits on the first day. He's come a long way, Hugh.
Certainly has. His young career, Hugh Davies out of East Auckland. Made the transition to North Harbour as an illegal pitch is called by the third base umpire.
Oh, no.
And just saying, clearing the cleats a little too high with the front foot. That'll push Monk over to third base, now base running.
Well, the umpire's got the ruler out and he's taking his eye measurements. They didn't need that at this point of the game.
So 2 balls, 1 strike to count here now. Outside patch just flailed away. We'll level the count.
I wonder if that's something that Callum Ryan had alerted the umpire to.
Very experienced campaigner as Callum Ryan. Earned his stripes with a long career playing at the elite level here for Northcote and North Harbour. Now taking on more of a coaching role. And inside pitch is good, and that'll freeze Davies at the plate.
There's that inside pitch that we were talking about when Ihaka was batting. He knows it's there now, so might expect to see a few more of those.
Oscar Anderson, a Danish import, will step in to go work here. I still can't say Anderson the pitcher. It just doesn't seem to fit, T-Bo.
No, well, and no disrespect, but he's playing at a club where he could pretty much pick which position he plays in. He's a really good athlete, loves the game, but man who chases too many birds catches neither, I reckon. Yeah.
Change of pace, but floats over the top of the zone. 2 balls. Apologies.
Yeah, Huck's just struggling to get into his groove at the moment.
1 ball, 1 strike to count.
You wouldn't want to go more than 2 or 3 down in the first inning.
1 away here, bottom of the first. 2 runs scored already for Pango. Tram line, just a little wide though. Well, T-Bone, it's a sad day here locally at Rosedale Park on Auckland's North Shore, which is a great day, I know, especially in my household. Not because you don't have to go to work, but because it's junior softball time and you got a chance to pop out to see the kids play this morning. How are they going over there?
Oh, they're doing the best they can. They're all, as long as they're having fun and enjoying their ball, that's really what matters, and try and improve along the way. I got to watch my boy pitch. He had a reasonable outing.
Nice.
His team looked like they were going to win that game quite comfortably. He only pitched a couple of innings and
very
up.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
Your young boy, how old is he now?
13.
Is he taller than you already?
He's 6'1".
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
taller than all of us.
Yeah. And I'm scraping 5'9", so yeah.
With high heels.
How did you know I had high heels?
A walk issue to Anderson. He'll go down to first base, so runners are coast to coast here. One down. Last time Pango had this offensive situation, they sent the runner from both corners at the same time. What will Kōkōwai do to try and reduce the damage here? We'll find out soon. Off and running on the pitch.
Cheating.
And exactly that. Not only did they send both runners, it was a hit and run play from Callum Bryan, and it proves pivotal as it pulls the shortstop out of position.
Yeah.
3-0 now. Bit of a masterclass from head coach Ryan. Of course, he's assisted by Lee Rudolph over at first base. Great to also see Hibiscus Coast Leon Smith involved with the coaching staff for the Pango team this year.
Yeah, it's all about kind of lifting the level of all the coaching in the North Harbour competition. So it's good to see them all involved. Lee's been around a long time too.
You can see how well executed that play was, and pulled the shortstop out of the hole, and through it went like the arc through the Red Sea. See, I don't know what sea it went through, to be honest with you, T-Bone, but red sounds good. And tries a running bunt play here from Marty Cannons.
It looks like they're bringing the short game to try and unsettle the other team. They know they've got inexperienced players. It's Johnny doesn't always play first. Combinations haven't solidified really, so they're exploiting that. Nihaka's kind of having his moments out there, struggling on the hill. They've got a couple more pitches warming up down the side there. I don't think it'll be long before they make a change if it gets too far away.
Yeah, looking at the bullpen for the Kōkōwai team in the field there. Moana Hibbert and Dylan Fraser-List loosening up at the moment. Marty Cannons getting an opportunity here. Kind of a bench player for this A side. And he takes his opportunity, punches it right into the glove of the left fielder, Wahanui.
Well, that's that elusive second out they needed. Makes things a little bit easier now. Force play to third base.
With two down, the catcher Tompkins and the pitcher Anderson from first and second will get a break out of the sun. Cannons will run at first and Davies will run at second.
Yeah, Nick's had a bit of a resurgence too in recent times.
Yeah, Nick Lanigan, the next batter up here, playing left field for the Pango team. One of the cool things that Nick Lanigan's done this year, apart from his excellent play and coaching of juniors, is the new player cards, T-Bone. What have you thought about that initiative this year?
I think that's great. I mean, it makes the kids interested. And we used to have club softball where everybody went back to clubs, and that just doesn't happen anymore. So to keep the kids engaged, they've given them something that they enjoy and brought in the baseball card type scenario.
Off and running to third base, and the throw's away. And another run gifted here by the defense, and Pung will go up 4-0.
Yep, boys just dragging a little bit now. They're going to need to pick things up, or this is going to get quite messy for them.
Tough throw, that one, to be fair, for the catcher, Joseph Hall. You've got to throw it while the shortstop's on the run, so you're kind of timing the throw with the momentum of the athlete. It's a fine line to get it on point. Aggressive again is Pango on the base paths. Lanigan, prime opportunity to turn this innings into a crooked number now. Hitters count, 2 balls, no strikes.
He had a big hack at that one.
Almost call that a daddy hack. I had Damien Collins in the booth last night. I asked him the question, what's the difference between a big hack and a daddy hack?
Right, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, have we got the rusty gates yet? Or?
Put it on a hinge, give it a swing. Trying to get that inside edge.
He's just trying to be a little bit too fine. Up ball's up and not in the strike zone. I think that they need to establish at least one of these pitches for a strike.
Lanigan back in daddy hack territory, 3-1 now. And he will pick up a walk.
Yeah, and I think that might be.
Space.
Yeah. Out comes Fabian Markey. I think he's want to have a talk or at least calm things down a little bit to stop the flood of runs. It's like cauterizing a nosebleed, really.
3 walks issued in the innings. Just the 2 hits that have produced 4 runs and a couple of defensive faux pas, to be fair. The Pango team have come out firing today, and you can see on screen here the instruction from Callum Ryan. Everyone's intently listening. You can tell quite simply they're on the same page, aren't they, T-Bone?
Yeah, well, they're up for it, right? They don't want to lose to this team of all teams here in the tournament. They couldn't lose to their, technically a B side. So they'll be coming out knowing that, this is a battle for their park. I've seen it happen maybe 1 or 2 times where a B team's beaten an A team, and it almost happened last night with Auckland A and B.
Yeah, tiebreaker, 9-8 victory. Auckland A team over their B team called Mar. Levi Wilson now, runners in the corners, 2 away. Often running on the pitch, just a dummy run though, and that one comes through the zone. Nick Lanigan had to do a little bit of catching this season, and if you ask me, the athlete he was around the bases has suddenly turned into a bit of a bus. This one goes foul.
Well, he's had a lot of bruises to handle.
Oh yeah.
Since the beginning of the season, and fair play to him. He's converted from the outfield to catch because nobody else wanted to do it, and he was probably one of the better options. But that's the type of team player that he is. He'll do what's best for his team, and that's the measure of the guy there, really. And as for the cards, mate, what a great initiative. It's created a buzz around the park and kept the kids at the park watching softball. And that's what we need them to do.
Good pitch by Tangaroa on the outside edge. He said enough is enough. Pangoa as they pick up 4 runs in the bottom of the first innings. And that'll complete it here. Top of the second coming up next. Kōkōwai. Got to get something rolling.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the top of the second innings. And the Kōkōwai team will send up Jono Little, the first baseman, Ryan Love, the right fielder, and Hayden Wahanui, the left fielder. 1, 2, 3 here as they try to match something offensively against their big brother Pango in their black shirts. Oscar Anderson will continue on the hill. Low lifter just sneaks in the top of the zone. Tries to go the outside edge. That'll level the count now. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you just tuned in, this is game number 46 on the schedule, day 3 of competition of the NFC, National Fast Pitch Championship. Brought to you by Softball New Zealand, hosted in North Harbour Softball at Pure Athletic Sports Stadium at Rosedale Park on Auckland's North Shore. Great to have you along for it. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper, and joining me in the booth, very experienced elite pitcher. And this time is that comeback at Anderson's a beauty as he reaction will grab it and throw it over in time.
Yeah, he used the outside part of the plate all 3 times on that, so his coach is actually the catcher. It's not like he doesn't know his hitter.
Looky what I got here. What flavour ice cream is that? Passion fruit? Either way, it's delicious for Anderson on the hill. Ryan Love now, a.k.a. the Rhino.
He's an exciting player to watch.
When he gets a hold of it, tends to go a long way. Very aggressive in the batter's box. Ball outside.
Yeah, that's put mildly. I'm glad he's not swinging that 30-ounce bat anymore. He couldn't stop once he started.
You're dirty. And a swing and a miss. Nice change of pace there from Anderson. Probably credit that to the catcher, Tompkins.
Yeah, well, it's not like there's any mysteries between these two teams. They've both been playing against each other for years now in the same competition. Curtis has figured out how to get them out plenty of times, I'm certain of it.
You sure he hasn't got the dirty 30 out there? He can't hold up on that one. He will go down on strikes.
Yeah, that's been a bit of a plague for him, that lifter in his eyes or above. looks so good. Damn it.
Hayden Wahanui now out of the Hibiscus Coast here on the North Shore. Named co-captain of the team. I thought real good forethought with that, providing leadership, not just from the main big clubs on the shore, Northcote and Roosters, but even Hibiscus Coast. What a carrot.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see him swinging the bat a bit more. He's been watching a lot of pitches this tournament and, watch the good ones, swing at the bad ones kind of thing. He just doesn't look ready to hit.
Of course, a little bit of nerves, no doubt. First time he's been at the NFC, from my understanding. And a big family contingent here for Wahanuis.
A beautiful whānau. His son Kalis played in the under-15s and took an amazing catch down there in Hastings. So fair play to you, mate.
Graham in the dugout, intently looking on as Anderson looks like a spinning top on the hill.
Part-timers.
Okay, don't hold back, T-Bone. 2 away here. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, and he
And
beans
then
it.
one inside off the thigh. Wahanui will take it and go down to first base.
Absolutely, they'll take it. That's their first scoring opportunity. So
Real excited about this next batter here for the Kōkōwai team. Young Jesse Fuller, only 18 years of age and playing well above his age these days.
yeah, he had a fantastic start to the season. Seems to have tapered off a little bit. I had a cordial with him this morning and, just said to him, you go in there thinking you're going to smash every pitch, mate. Just relax and hit the ball like you were at the start of the season.
First pitch is up top.
Yeah, really promising young player, Jesse Fuller.
Really proud of him too. Know him basically like a son, if you like, and his two brothers in his family, Jesse and his younger brother Cole, the same age as my two boys, JP and Jacko. And they all seem to get on like a house on fire.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not responsible for stocking the fridge at your place, mate.
Yeah, that's changed since they've turned 18, to be fair, T-Bone. The grocery bill's gone a little higher, let's just put it that way. Not the one from Pack and Save, too. This one's late cut, looking to get it in the corner, ranging over, making a great catch is Hohepa.
Yeah, nice play, stayed with it the whole time. Can a corner in the end.
Top of the second done, no score. They do get one on, leaving the standings. Back soon, it is Pango leading Kōkōwai 4 runs to 0. Pango team go through 9 batters in the bottom of the first innings. And so it'll be Caleb Warner, the leadoff hitter, will start again here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Hux doesn't seem to have his good stuff this morning. He's struggling to find the strike zone early, which is always going to make it tough for your team, and the scoreboard reflects that.
T-Bone, good question. As we see that one fly into shallow centre field for the first outs. When things you don't have your good stuff, T-Bone, they talk about great pitchers still know how to get by. How do you get by?
Well, first of all, you've probably only got your good stuff 30% of the time, and it's learning how to win the other 70% that makes you good. So you just go with what's working. If you've only got a drop ball on the day, you go with your drop ball.
Yeah.
Only got a drop ball and a change up, you go with that. You know, you just do what you have to do to get outs. You know, sometimes it makes it a different game for you. You know, if you're a power pitcher and you haven't got your lifter, then you're going to have to try and get ground ball outs, and that comes down to how much work you're doing. You know, outside of your team trainings as a pitcher individually.
Good advice from Terence Hibbert, an inside look into the mind and pressures and requirements and how you cope in and out of situations on the mound. It comes from many years of playing as an elite pitcher, Terence Hibbert, officially known as T-Bone, not just here in New Zealand, but also around the world. Won pretty much every title you can win as well. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Putarona now. Holds back on the change up, but just underneath it.
Yeah, didn't miss that one by much, but he's now in a pitching count. You know, so if Hucks can make a good pitch here, you never know. Nick Hayes was, well, actually, I'm not going to tell you how Nick Hayes was getting pitched out, because then I'll tell the whole world.
This one inside. And a little too high, though. Full count now. The New Zealand Black Sox member, Pitarona. A big piece of the puzzle here for North Harbour. Ground ball, tough play. Gerbes will need a good transition. The throw is strong. And it'll be the second out here in the bottom of the second.
Nice pitch from Hucks there. Made him swing the bat. You know, we can't defend against walks, and that's a good result. Young JP Gerbes making a good play. He needed that too.
9 batters in the first innings. 2 outs now from the first 2 batters here in the second innings. Kōkōwai team settled down just a smidge.
I bet they wish that this was the first inning.
Harbour Monk. First pitch to him is down low. Just missing that river strike.
He's not getting much on the outside part today. Neither pitcher's getting much on the outside part of the plate.
Been a couple called nice and close and in. So maybe that's where the river is. Tried to go that river on the inside, but too low this time. So 3 straight balls here to Harbour Monk. Monk with the squeeze play in the bottom of the first innings to score the first run of the ball game. Hefty swing now though.
3-0 swinging. Green light. He's not getting cheated.
Callum Ryan allowing the opportunity for his hitters to hit. And the hitters count still here. 3-1. Check swing will fill the count now. Very strong individual is Harbour Monk. An imposing figure in the dugout too.
Yeah, he's a fairly quiet chap. You know, he doesn't say a lot. He carries himself very well though, and you know he exudes strength and confidence.
Inside pitch gets underneath it.
Be interesting to see what they come back with here. Hucks has done well to work back to a full count from 3-0.
Down the left side will go foul. We talked a little bit earlier about the heritage of the Tangaroa name, the Haka Tangaroa starting pitcher here for the North Harbour Kōkōwai team. Well, I started my representative career under the tutelage of his father, Chub Tangaroa, right at the end of his international career. I was a young catcher coming through, and he said, "Kid, I'm going to throw it to the point 95% of the time. All you got to do is catch the other 5%. And it was a true thing as well. And boy, even though I knew exactly where it was going, I still ended up with quite a red palm by the end of the match from Chub Tangaroa.
Yeah, and you'd always get a wry grin from him too, because he'd know. Doesn't miss much on the ballpark, does our Chub?
Walk issue to Monk down to first base. And that'll give an opportunity now to Hugh Davies.
Well, 2 down. They just need another out to get in for a swing.
First pitch is down though. Brad Baker just going past the booth here. Assistant coach with Hutt Valley. You would have enjoyed your time with Bakes over the years.
Oh goodness me, he's a fierce competitor. Great competitor. You know, you'll struggle to find people more passionate about the game than Bakes. You know how he expresses that is the exciting part of watching him play half the time. But yeah, you know, great left-handed pitcher from Canada. Won lots of titles himself in his own right, and a formidable player. Been handing on his knowledge as a coach for quite some time.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's been great for Hutt Valley.
Yes, indeed. And well, you know, if you watch Major League Baseball and you see the coaches come out and the dirt goes and you throw the bats across the field and everything you like, right? So I think, well, they had nothing on Brad Baker in his day, I can tell you that. 2 balls, 1 strike to count here on Davies.
Yes, Bake's easily excited. That's how I'd describe him.
Game within the game. But very intelligent softballer, that's for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. 2 away here, bottom of the second innings.
He's got a really good knowledge of what umpires do. He seems to be telling them when they get something wrong quite often.
And a good
Nice.
patch on that inside edge. He finds the river and he keeps them scoreless in the bottom of the second innings. 4-0, Pango leading Kōkōwai. Back, ladies and gentlemen, on day 3, the final day of competition. As grand final day looms closer now. Semi-final tonight between the top 2 place getters in the men's division. That'll be a 5 o'clock live stream to the right from Freemanfield. 3 and 4 play each other as well tonight. The winner of the 1-2 game will go straight through to the grand final 1:30 tomorrow here on Championship Sunday. The loser of the 1-2 game will play the winner of the 3-4 game in the morning for the semi-final. Same applies for the women's division. At the moment, it is a log jam. On the men's side, it's Auckland, North Harbour and Canterbury seem to be the mainstays at the top of the order there. And on the women's side, there are 4 of them that are jostling for position. Auckland and Hutt Valley are there again. They were the finalists last year. But so is Canterbury and North Harbour. Being a good one in the women's division here at the NFC.
Yeah, it's great to see North Harbour girls getting up and really competing.
Top of the 3rd innings here. Oscar Anderson will continue on the hill as this one flails down in foul territory. Almost got our cameraman.
Yeah, Huey, you'll be disappointed with that. That was something he should have grabbed. Maybe just a bit of confusion between him and Marty Cannons. Marty doesn't usually play first base.
Probably got to the big of his mind, the kid's got to be in the way.
Yeah. 2 second basemen going for the same ball.
Kenny McCarthy, number 9 hitter for the Kōkōwai team, applying his trade here. 2 strikes now. We top of the shop after this, JP Gerbes and Jamison Graham. Inside out swing. Coming forward. Too short though, and he'll turn the corner, McCarthy. Safely down to second base.
He had some interference there too. He was going to get second base all day. It's a problem when you've got players playing out of position.
I think it was very gentlemanly as he turned through first base. And I guess when it's your own association teammates, you're not going to run them over at the train station.
Well, I wouldn't bet on that.
So, lead-off runner in scoring position here for the Kōkōwai team. Top of the order, JP Gerbes. Shows bunt on the outside drop ball. Can't make a connection.
Yeah, we need JP to put that ball on the ground, stand still and put the ball on the ground, get that runner over there. See what he can do here.
Another youngster in the squad, only 18 years of age. Shows bunt.
Yeah, it's hard sitting next to his dad, but he's a great kid. You know, really enjoyed playing with JP and coaching him over the last couple of years. He's a great kid. Got a great future in the game.
One thing, I guess, and I don't normally talk about my own children, but the thing that pleases me with JP is that he loves the game. And that's the only thing that really matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
Holds back on a drop ball outside, and away goes McCarthy to third base.
I've heard you talk about your kids plenty of times, Chopper. We just can't talk about it here.
God
right.
damn it. You know what? I tell you what, if you turn the tap on at the sink, it fills up and you can actually do the dishes. Or you can just pick those clothes off the floor and put them in the laundry one time. Not saying they don't do that, T-Bone. I'd just love it if it happened.
Oh, dreams are free, mate. Lotto tonight too, you know.
Yeah.
Better chance of winning that, I reckon.
Very blessed with 3 great kids, all distinctly different. The daughter playing in the North Harbour for the first time, the NFC, been playing for Auckland for a number of years, and having herself a grand time over the first 2 days. We saw a 3-run home run for her on day 2 here on Diamond 1. Drop ball inside, right on the river. Full count now. Then the youngest, I tell you what, he's the funnest too. Young Jacko.
Love Jacko. Just watched this game down there this morning. He played against my boys' team. North Harbour coming out the victors in that one, 5-4.
Oh, tight tussle, good to see. Drop ball outside, clever eye, quality at bat. There'll be runners in the corners now for North Harbour Kōkōwai.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. You know, we've got none down, runners on the corners, and see whether he sends JP across. Of course, he's got some wheels. Curtis will know this, and of course, Manu there at shortstop and Hugh, they're teammates of JP, so they know what he's got too. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, whether they try and get the runner out or have a go at the guy going home.
Not going yet, showing bunt. Looks more like a safety squeeze. There's no real movement from McCarthy at third base. I guess the benefit in this play offensively for the Kōkōwai team, both runners out there, McCarthy at 3, Gerbes at 1, do run at pace. Try and apply some pressure.
Yeah, we see again just another hitter struggling to get the bunt down. You know, that's the bane of my life when I'm coaching.
Jamison Graham, shorten on the handle. Looking to punch it, and punch it he does to left field. And Kōkōwai are on the board here. 1 run to 4.
One swing away from tying the ball game up at this stage, and no outs.
Shortened with the handle, as you see, McCarthy coming home. A happy camper.
You stroll in on those ones.
Ihaka Tangaroa now. Soldiered his way through the first innings. Put in a good performance defensively in the second. Now an opportunity to make a real difference. First pitch swinging. Monk's got a cannon, and they'll respect that. Gerbes will stay at second base because of it.
Yeah, tough going at the first pitch. Would like to see him work himself into a bit of a count there, but you know, he saw the one that he liked and went for it. They're getting a lot outside in the first part, and then Curtis is trying to finish them off on the inside.
Clean-up hitter Joseph Hall now steps in. First pitch to him is down low.
Yep, fish not fooled on that one.
So Henry McCarthy's double was rewarded. Lead-off double here in the top of the third innings. as they convert that run. Hall swing at that rise ball with a little turn to it, T-Bone.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a curvy rise thingy.
Tell the truth. You're trying to, don't call it a rise ball, Charlie. It's got to go up for it to be a rise ball.
Oh, look, he's out there playing, doing it. So
low lift is good. Right on the knee. And you're right, he is out there doing it, isn't he? Good on him.
Yep, you can say what you like, but the players are on the field. They're the ones with the job in their hands. So, you're measured by the scoreboard.
2 runners on, as you can see by that overhead shot. Ropata. We've nicknamed the robot cam up on the roof, T-Bone. Ropata. There you go, Ropata. Kia ora for your vision today here at Pure Athletics Sports Stadium.
Robert the roof cam.
Robert the roof cam.
Okay. Things getting a little slow in the commentary box yesterday. You started naming your cameras.
Well, you give your car a name, you give your dog a name. You gotta give the cameras a name, mate. Give them some love. Back to the action here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Change of pace.
Oh, that's in there.
Looking for a leader, and off the glove. Tough play. And they can't get him at 2 either. It's a loaded bases situation here for the youngsters. Kōkōwai knocking on the door.
Oh, it was a horrible play. He just second-guessed himself coming in for that ball and ended up bobbling it, and then made a poor throw into second base, and now we got loaded bases with probably one of their better hitters up.
Jonathan Ursel.
Hutt Valley boy.
Everyone calls him Jono, though. Damn right out of the Dodgers club originally, I believe, in Hutt Valley. Moved up to Auckland, started a young family, and now a proud member of the Roosters softball club right here at North Harbour's Softball Association.
Yeah, I remember when Jono Little was little. He kind of shot up in the last few years, and he's got some power too.
Really proud of the young man too. Become a good young father. I mean, Kiara Taimai, who's catching for the North Harbour women's team today, this week.
Well, that poor kid's going to be at the park for its whole life.
And what a lucky kid that is.
Yep, hope you like chips and hot dogs.
2 balls, no strikes here on Little. 1 down Main Street.
That's smart there though. He had 2 balls. He's going to take till he gets a strike and make it a little bit harder for Anderson. He looks like might be struggling a little bit now.
Definitely taking all the weight. Anderson, want to be careful here. Tompkins behind the dish will know that. Here comes the challenge. Inside edge, looking for a double play ball. They'll get 1, looking for 2. No chance, and Kōkōwai will double their score here at the top of the 3rd innings. 2 runs to 4.
Be interesting to see if some panic sets in on the other bench there. They can feel this team creeping up on them. You've got the go-ahead run at the plate now, and the unpredictable Rhino Love.
The Rhinos will see a replacement runner come at first base for Little, who's the designated runner. Harrison Baker getting a taste of this big brother, young brother matchup on Freeman Field. Love showing bunt. No chance he'll be putting it down with 2 outs.
Yeah, I don't understand that methodology going in, showing bunt with 2 down. We need you hitting.
I think it's more about seeing what the defense will do, taking all the weight. Ready to swing out of his heels here. And out of his heels he goes, but unfortunately for him, it's right into the breadbasket of Hugh Davies. And that'll nullify the thread here to leave 2 runners on. But it's not before Jono Little and Jamison Graham driving 2 runs. We're a 2-run ball game now. 4-2 over Auckland.
When it comes to the showdown, instinct always wins. Jack Lynx is good with it.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Bottom of the third innings here, live from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium on game number 46 on the schedule, day 3 of competition at the NFC. We've got a good one. 4 runs to 2. You can see the team Kōkōwai in the top of the third innings have made this a 2-run ball game. And it's up for grabs now. All the spoils in the kitchen. Pango is the A team. The bottom of the scoreboard for you. They got off to a flyer with 4 runs in the bottom of the first innings. Held scoreless in the second. How long they can keep held scoreless, we'll find out as Ihaka Tangaroa continues on the mound here for the Kōkōwai team. Anderson will step in first, followed by Tompkins and Cannons.
Yeah, we need Hucks to get a good start here and try and get ahead early.
First pitch is outside.
Off the innings is Oscar Henderson, the on deck batter, Curtis Thompson. 4-1 in the count.
Terence Hibbert joining us in the booth through this one. Calling colour, very experienced elite pitcher around the traps. And great to get some insight around what the pitchers have to go through and what preparation they need, but also the mental fortitude. And it leads me to a question, T-Bone. A lot of people say you pitchers are weird people. Something funny, something quirky about you. What is the mindset of a successful pitcher?
Oh, it depends. Everybody's different. You know, we've all got different elemental energies, and you know, some people are really calm and collected, and other people just act out their craziness. You know, and the thing is too that you know you get labels early because everybody's looking at you. You're doing the one thing that not everybody's got the courage to get out there and do. So you kind of tolerate that personality a little bit more than you would if you were a shortstop or a second base. You know, you can be a little bit more flamboyant as a pitcher, and you just do what you got to do. If the pitcher's good enough, you're going to tolerate that stuff. If they're not, then you try and rein them in a little bit. And I think there's a lot of really successful pitchers out there now who started out that way. You've got your Jeremy Manleys of the world and Nick Hayes, even to a certain extent. You could even pin some of those badges on me, you know. But as you mature, you figure out what works for you and what doesn't.
Well, figuring it out what works is Ihaka Tangaroa, as that's back-to-back strikeouts if you go back to the second innings, as Anderson goes down in flames. We'll bring up Curtis Tompkins now. Did drive in a run in the first innings. A solid single to left field. Shows bunt.
Yeah, Huck's just struggling to get that rise ball in the strike zone. It's putting him behind in the count every time. He's got a hitter up at the moment.
Wahanui co-captain out of left field, watching intently.
Yep.
Looks to check a swing on the outside. Doesn't matter, it's a strike anyway. He'll come back and ask the question. Is that a swing? And he says, yes, it is.
Who, me, sir?
I think that's exactly the answer here he'd given him. There you can see the bat. Rise ball. Just missing the top of the zone. 2-1 the count now. Tompkins come quite the hitter these days. This one's down low. So hitters count now. Notice one thing with Curtis, as he's gotten a little bit older, he's developed a little bit of a vocal explosion when he tries to hit for power. What if we can turn the ambient mic up if he gets one away here? He won't do that on the bunt attempt, and he'll go down to first base with a walk.
Even pretended he was going to take 2 on that one. Come on, we know you catches.
Curtis Tompkins picking up the walk.
And out comes the DR. Gabe
Speed
Wharepodi, one of the quickest guys at the park today. Shame to not see him out there in a fielding position. I know he's got some wheels in the outfield. He's going to be a great prospect for Northcote and North Harbour. Getting some, great experience playing inside of this team.
Had a little bit of fun. Obviously, been watching Gabe develop in the game of softball for many years now here. Lifted high, shallow though. Coming forward is McCarthy. And he will make the second out.
Route number 1.
So Cannons will go down. Nick Lanigan will get an opportunity now. Wharepodi, been watching his softball career as he's come through the junior program now, starting with the senior side. But I've got to see him play a different senior sport this last winter. Took on rugby league for the first time. He's been a rugby union player all his life.
How'd he go?
Played winger for the Greyhounds, North Shore Greyhounds, Glenfield Greyhounds club. Really, really good. And you play rugby league in Auckland, you have to be on your game. And he played really well. I was really impressed with his season. Off and running on the pitch is Wharepodi, and he swipes that with ease. Like that screaming winger going down the edge of the touchline.
Yeah, a pretty hard stop on that fixed base. Yeah, no, he's okay. A little bit of gardening getting done out there.
Yeah, like I said, I saw him play rugby league against the big boys. He can take a hit or two.
Well, he'd have to if he'd come up against the mighty Wanui Mata.
Ken Laban loves you for that comment, that's for sure. Ground ball taken nicely by Graham at second base. And Tangaroa's done it again. He's put up a 0 on Pango here in the bottom of the third inning. More action coming to you live at Pure 3 Sports Stadium at the NFC of day 3 when we come back. North Harbour's North Shore is a beautiful location on a Saturday. And we talked a little bit earlier, it's junior softball day here at Rosedale Park. Terence Rivet joining me in the booth. Mate, isn't it great to come to the ballpark and not to be able to find a car park?
I can always find a car park because I park where you're not meant to.
What I'm trying to get at is the park is full on a Saturday here at Rosedale. Yeah. Isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's really, really cool. In fact, North Harbour's got one of the best setups in New Zealand. I'm certain of that. We've got a really good club situation where everybody hangs around at the end and enjoys each other's company. Talks about the great plays, the sad plays, the good and bad of ball in the day. But it's a nice location. It's nice to have a lot of families around, and it's a very family-orientated sport, and there's lots and lots and lots of families here. I mean, we've got brothers and teams all over the place. If you look at Auckland, North Harbour, Wellington, even Hutt Valley, Canterbury.
As we see that one expertly fielded to get their first out here at the top of the fourth innings.
En we moesten bij Jesse Fuller die on deck there, Jenny McCarr.
Well, I sense something from Jesse here. Might have put the haka boogie on him.
First pitch is down. I know you're all wanting to know the answer to this question. What is a haka boogie?
You know, it's like a little bit of a jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Young Jesse Fuller swings.
It's a nice cut.
A little bit of a boogie on the swing, waiting for the haka.
Jesse looks locked in here.
2 balls, 1 strike. Just one away in the top of the fourth inning. Only a 2-run ball game at this point.
Let's see if we can do something with that inside pitch.
There for the taking. Change of pace. That's a goodie. And a nod of approval from Fuller in the box as well.
Ball to strike. We got a 2-2 on the count.
Well, you mentioned off air if this Kōkōwai team can pick up another run as they will surrender the second out here. Another run maybe puts a little bit of nerves in this Pango side where we see warming up in the bullpen. Left-handed hurler Zeth Gibson loosening for Pango.
Yeah, Seth's had an interesting last couple of weeks on the mound. But you know, when you come to this type of tournament, you seem to lift a little bit. So they'll be looking for him to not make things worse anyway. But seems like Oscar's got control of this inning.
Swing and a miss by McCarthy. McCarthy got the third innings underway with a double to right field. Then come around to convert that into a run off the bat of Jemison Graham. One ball and 1 strike here on McCarthy. Very talented young athlete. Two balls, 1 now. Inside pitch. Just leaks away. So hitter's count now for the centre fielder for the Kōkōwai team. This ball is down low, and the dirt. McCarthy down to first base, having a good day offensively. Well, T-Bone, we've got a couple of special guests coming in to join us shortly. Zach Boyd and Damon Creasy from the Wellington side. Going to come in and join us. We'll grab one at a time, then we can both after them ask them a few questions. What do you reckon?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Know them well.
And an opportunity here for the leadoff hitter, JP Gerbes.
It's hard commentating. I want to yell out and support him. At one.
And on the hands, and Fraser List will play that one regulation. They'll leave another runner stranded here in the top of the fourth innings. Can't score a run, 2 runs the difference. We won't shut away to a commercial break here As I alluded to before, we got a special guest coming into the booth. It is Zach Boyd from Wellington. Kia ora, Zach.
Kia ora.
Yeah, awesome. Great to see you, my friend. And look, how is this Wellington squad going this week? How is the feel in the camp?
Oh, pretty good, eh? I've actually only had my first game this morning, so can't say too much on behalf of the boys, but the morale's pretty good. The boys got good talent, so we'll see, see what we can do.
Fantastic indeed. Zachary, we've interviewed a number of times over the years and always impressed with the power that you can provide. You've got a look in with the Black Sox a tour away to American Samoa, man. How was that?
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. Pretty hard to comment on, actually. It was just went quite quick, but it was a dream come true, really, eh? It was just, I can't really find too much words to say, actually. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, did you partake in the local culinary? You get into the local kai and with the natives and?
Not too much. I mean, we ate at the hotel pretty much every night, but the food there was amazing. I'm actually a big raw fish man and seafood man myself, so we had a bit of that, so it was pretty wicked, eh?
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. You're the pathway forward for you guys. What does it look like?
As far as
in the tournament here?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think there's been a bit of chat about other teams beating other teams, but I think we just want to win games, eh? I think it's pretty simple just to go out and try and win games, so I don't really know who's doing what, so we're just worried about ourselves at the moment.
Twea Bishop got on the back end of one yesterday, sent it yard over left field, and a big hit and big moment in the match. How's the boys feeling offensively as a team?
Yeah, again, I've only been here since this morning, but I've seen the boys do what they do out in the season. So 1 to 9, our boys are pretty scary. So I think at any point in any game, the boys can just do their thing, eh? So we're pretty lucky with our hitting lineup, to be honest.
Bottom of the fourth inning is underway here. Levi Wilson will lead off. Kota Brunner and Pitarona will bat 1, 2 and 3 for the Pango side, leading 4 runs to 2 at this point. Zachary Boyd or Zach Boyd. Am I the only person who calls you Zachary? Your grandmother?
Yeah, some older relatives. Normally people just call me Boydie, but either either, you can call me whatever you want, Chopper.
Outstanding. A shortstop, an athlete coming out of the Puriroa Club in Wellington and representing Wellington here again at the NFC. Last NFC in Christchurch. You come away with the title. You put an exclamation point in the end of that one with a big home run over left field. How sweet did that feel? Oh,
yeah. I mean, just winning, I don't really care too much about home runs and hitting, but if the boys are going good, morale's good, then that's good fun for me, eh?
Excellent. Zach, I know you're a busy man. You guys got it ready for another match. You're hunting to get into that 1-2 spot. Of course, the top 4 will play off tonight in the semi-final action. But before you go away, mate, anyone you want to say thank you to for what they do to provide the opportunity for the Ballers in Wellington?
Ooh. Fuck, I wish you gave me some more time for this.
Mum and Dad's always a good answer sometimes with that one, Zach.
No, Mum and Dad are good, but I think just locally, I think as far as I think Thomas Markey has probably been, he's just changed the game, absolutely changed the game at the moment, as far as everyone being included and camps and tours and little games with each other and trainings. I mean, we train 3 times a week in the Wellington squad, so probably Larry at the moment is he's probably done the most for the boys, eh?
Well, there you go.
What a great answer for someone who's looking for his first World
Series. Stitch up.
Well, big game coming up next. Wellington, they'll be taking on Canterbury here on Freeman Field. We'll let you go away and get ready for that. Thank you for your time.
Hey, thanks for having me, Chop.
All right, man. You're welcome.
Mate.
Cheers, bud.
Good to see you guys.
Send your buddy in. We'll see what Damon Creasy's got to say as well. I tell you what, that guy's a cool cat. And that Zach Boyd, we see Levi Wilson get the lead-off runner on to first base here for the Pango side in the bottom of the 4th innings.
Kia ora, Damon.
And brings up the bat here Caleb Runa at the top of the order. The Pango side leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 4th innings. No outs at this point. Ball gets away and that'll allow Wilson down to second base. Looking for 3 now. Aggressive and rightly so as he swipes the bag.
It's just poor softball. I'm just going to say it for what it is. That was really poor. It should never happen in this level, and they deserve the situation that they're in. Anyway, mate, I just want to let you know, I think Wellington's my dark horse for this tournament.
Indeed.
When the bats fire, I think that's one of the most formidable hitting lineups in anywhere in any team in the country. So
well, we get a chance to find out a little bit of that insight to that powerhouse hitting Wellington side, as we've got one of the leaders in the team these days, Damon Creasy, joining us in the booth. Kia ora, Damon.
Kia ora, fellas. How are we?
Really, really good. Great to see you, mate. I guess if I look at the two athletes you come up to the booth here, Zach, one of the leaders in the infield, yourself, one of the leaders in the outfield. How are you feeling?
Good, yeah. Boys got off to a little bit of a slow start on the Thursday, but, it is what it is. I think the best part about our team is, with such a rivalry with sort of the PK Porirua stuff when we get home, once the shirt comes on, we're just a brotherhood. So the ability to wash it off and move on to the Friday was showed the sort of class that we have and showed the sort of camaraderie we have too. So, good to get that sort of out the way, and, the destiny's still in our hands, and we're happy as ready to fire up for this next one.
Well, talking about brotherhood and just a little bit away from Wellington at the moment, of course, in the winter last year, you got to captain the U23 Major Sox side to go away to the World Cup in Argentina. What was that experience like for you personally?
Oh, man, unreal. Obviously, to put the Fern on for the first time in a series, that was one that I won't forget. Argentina in general, just the culture that they have, they all moved to one city just for softball, and it shows. We were having sort of 5,000-6,000 people come to our 5:30 game, and when we played RG, it was electric. One of them hit a home run after we got a bit of a tiff, and you could feel the ground shaking, and nothing like it. It was incredible.
Yeah, very passionate players, the Argentinians. A big shout out to everyone there in Paraná, and
I've never had the pleasure to go to Paraná yet, but I've heard, as you're saying, it's every bit of that atmosphere for sure. Let's come back to the NFC now, Damon. What does Wellington have to do to, one, first get into their podium position, and two, go back-to-back in championships?
Score more runs than the other teams and end up on top. For us, honestly, it is that simple, It's just about focusing one game at a time. Just making sure that we're doing our job, not too focused on the next 3 games, just focusing on the one that we got ahead of us. And just, as long as destiny's in our hands and we keep swinging the bats like we are, good things are going to happen.
Well, swinging the bats like you are, we see Caleb Lorna with a deep sacrifice fly ball. Brings in the 5th run of the ball game here for Pango. Hand the duties over now to the older brother Pitter, who'll step into the batter's box. One away here in the bottom of the 4th innings. This Wellington side, seeing the way you've been coming together over the years, it looks like to us you are super tight. Are you?
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible, and it's been going like that for, ever since I've been in the team. But having Larry as our coach last year, we took a good chance to just reiterate what the brotherhood and the culture means to a successful team. You can have the best players in the world, but, if you guys can't bond together, it's, it does make it tough. So what we have is definitely a lot different to most, and that's, I would say, is one of the biggest keys to our success. Yes, we have some of the best players in the world, but it's what we do together, and, it's those motel beers, it's those motel chats, it's the fact that we can all sit in a room with every single one and yarn, just like we're brothers, and that's just something that you don't get every day.
You drink beer in the motel, T-Bone?
Me? No, that never happens in softball. What are you talking about, Chopper?
Don't worry, Chopper, 0% Heinies, mate. You're all good.
Fair enough. Big match coming up next. You're taking on Canterbury. What do you expect?
Grudge match, really. Both of us have something to play for, so we're both going to be throwing each other our best. And, we always have good matchups with them. We know the fellas really well, but the way we're swinging, I have all faith that we can come out on top in this thing.
Well, we have full faith in you. T-Bone already thinks you're the dark horse to come through. You are the reigning champions. It's not about defending the title, it's about winning it again. We wish you the best of luck. Damon Creasy from the Wellington Premier Men's team here at the NFC. Best of luck, go forward.
Thank you. I'd just like to say one thing, just on behalf of the New Zealand Black Sox. We've been really treated well down in Wellington with the fitness portal. They're a local gym down there. They've actually housed our squad coming in through Sunday trainings and letting us come in whenever. So I just want to say a big shout out to them taking us in. You know, it's really appreciative of them.
What are they called?
The fitness portal.
Where are they based?
They're based down in Tawa. They have another one in Petone as well, and they've just opened one up in Auckland in the CBD. So for anyone wanting to go to a gym, that's the place to be.
The fitness portal. Thank you for your support of softball in New Zealand, and of course for looking after these great athletes in Wellington. Now you know there's one in Auckland. They can go there as well. Damon Creasy from Wellington, thank you and good luck for the rest of the shot. Watch out for Canterbury in the next game.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Well, there you go, an inside of our great athletes as they take a bit of time to pass on, and it's really good how they do that for us, not just for you and I, T-Bone, to get an insight of what's going on in their mind, but of course for the family, for the fans out there to know what they're thinking playing the match.
Yeah, no, it's great to have them come in and talk about what's going on in the team, a bit of an insight. Horrible to know there's another gym in Auckland I won't be going to, and I probably won't see you there either, Chopper.
Hard hit ball from Monk to the fence, and McCarthy ranging over, makes the grab, and they'll get out of the jam here, but not before they do plate one run, and moves the scoreline 5 runs to 2.
Ihaka struck out Pitalona in that inning too, so that's something that needs a bit of a shout out. It's their ultimate hitter. So, Hucks will be happy to have that sculpt.
3 runs the difference, and we come back. Kōkōwai will take the field today. Three-run ball game between the North Harbour development squad called Kōkōwai taking on Pango in the field, their A team if you like. North Harbour v North Harbour in this one. 3 runs to lead the A team, Pango. Kōkōwai showed some life though, picked up 2 runs in the top of the third. Top of the 5th innings now. Jamison Graham will step in to lead off with a big cut at the first pitch from Oscar Anderson, who continues on the mound here, T-Bone.
Yep, I mean, he's doing his job. I mean, he's kept the runs down. They've only got 2 off him. He's doing a job for his team and keeping the rest of the pitching staff fresh.
You see the rise ball rotation. Change of pace now. I'll look to check the swing, and umpire Ogier down at first base said yes, he did. So in the hole now, 0-2.
We'll see if he wants to shorten up here a little bit and try and just move the ball. Oh,
low lifter is hard and on the inside edge. And good morning, good afternoon, good night as he'll go down on 3 straight pitches.
Rightly so, he's not too pleased with himself after watching that pitch right down the middle with 2 strikes already on him.
Ihaka Tongaroa will have his 3rd at bat here. Struck out his first and flew out to right field in his second. He's continued to work defensively on the hill. Roughed up in the first innings with 4 runs. 2 donuts in the second and the third. Did give up a run in the bottom of the 4th innings. Looking to find some success from the batter's box now.
There's that curveball again.
Yeah, I learnt my lesson. No rise ball in that. Just the curve.
I think it is actually a curveball.
Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike now. We got hit pitch. We'll head down to first base.
Bold move hitting the other pitcher.
Is that a change-up?
No.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't that friendly. I don't think it was intended. He was just trying to be fine and go back inside and find that spot.
I tell you, it's great having Terence Hibbert in the booth here, a very experienced pitcher, and played at the highest level all over the country and all over the world. I have a question for you. Is there an unwritten rule agreement with elite pitchers to not throw change-ups at each other?
Well, it depends if Paul Alga's one
Throw
of those.
to the right, gets away, Tugget will be off to the races, down to second base now. You were saying?
It depends if you Paul Alga, he'll just want 3 rise balls or something like that. Yeah, we can talk about it sometimes, or it's second pitch change-up.
Yeah.
We're always trying to make each other look good because we're never facing each other all the time because, we're wrapped in cotton wool by coaches who might have given us a bit of cash to play the season. So they don't want you running around the bases hurting yourself. And of course, back in the bad old days, they used to take the pitcher out by throwing at them. And that was pre-helmet days even. So, pitching's a pretty important part of our game. And if you can take someone's ace out with a ball in the ribs, it means a championship. And how bad do you want it?
Swinging on this.
And of course, I'm not suggesting that we'd hit people on purpose. I don't think that ever happens, Chopper.
Joseph Hall trying not to get hit here. The fish had a mixed bag. A good day though. Drove one into the glove of Rona in his first at bat, and then a solid single up the middle the second time. Next pitch is down the line. Hit his count now. 3-1. Will he go daddy hacking? That's the question. 3-run ball game, top of the 5th innings.
Oh.
Big swing on the drop ball, off to the races. Is tongue it all to third base now, just 60 feet away. One away here. Sacrifice fly will bring him in. And there's a big hole here. If you look at the outfield between centre and left.
Yeah, it's a big gap, all right.
And just Texas Leaguers it to right field, and the fish keeps on swimming. Kōkōwai pick up their 3rd run of the ball game, 5-3 now.
Yeah, interesting setup from the outfield there. I mean, you'd expect the pitch to be a little bit further outside, and they loaded up that side of the diamond. I actually thought Curtis moved across to get an inside pitch, which was anyway a nice hit by Fish there, brings in another run, and it's it's not out of their grasp. It's a swing of the bat, and
well, you can see the balance of the stroke there from the clean-up hitter Joseph Hall.
Just reached over and caught it with a bat, really.
And then you see him running down first base. I know you think that's super slow-mo, but that's actually how quick the catcher runs from the Kōkōwai. I'm just joking, Fish. I didn't mean that, really.
Well, Fish is off now,
Yeah.
so you've just
Designated
insulted somebody
runners
else.
Baker, the designated runner in at first base. As you see, Jono Little try to drop the first pitch down, and he won away.
Harrison
here.
Baker from East Coast Bays, he's had a great season. Great prospect too.
Daddy Hack from Little, down 1 meet.
Yeah, rapt to see him in this team.
great development. We talked about Hibiscus Coast getting a co-captain in this team. East Coast Bay, some representation in this team, and I think North Harbour's like that. It's a true supportive association of all of the clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd have to say that's fair.
Inside out swing, just off it. Wilson will take the catch with ease at centre field.
Levi Wilson tracking down that fly ball for out number 2. Getting a confirmation from the umpire as well.
Well, everyone goes to the zoo to see the giraffe, or maybe the tigers. What about the rhino? Ryan Love steps in to go to work. He'd love to change the attraction here. And game number 46 on the schedule. Thank you, T-Bone.
See what Rhino can do here. Come on, Ryan.
Off and running on the pitch. Hit and run play. Baker will round the coast to three and will get this waved in. No, he won't.
Oh.
I think Baker missed the wave on there a little.
No, it was the...
Maybe it was
Mecca
a stop
held him, he
sign
didn't
first.
see it. Yeah.
As we see, just a little shaken up. The Rhino changing the attraction here at the zoo at the NFC. 2 runners in scoring position now.
Yeah, that was a bit of a coaching blunder there. He didn't see what happened out in the outfield. He was looking at something else clearly, and that was a stroll into home. Run gone begging.
Strong batter is the Rhino. There goes Baker on the pitch. Hard hit ball. Second baseman caught with the hit and run play. A little bit out of position. Makes a gallant effort at it. And then Baker, he just unleashes here, T-Bone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's quick. But again, he should have been getting sent home with that blunder in the outfield.
At third base here. The coach is in his face. He's looking right at the coach there.
No, I was watching Macca held him up.
And then he looks and he sees the bobble. Is it too late to go?
Yep.
And by this time, unfortunately, it is.
The play was at second by this time.
See, he could, wanting to go.
Callum has to have a chat.
Outfielder talking about that situation, what they need to do to tighten up on a play like that. So 2 runners in scoring position here for Kōkōwai. They can make this a 1-run ball game with 1 swing from the co-captain, Hayden Wahanui.
He's going to have to bring something different to make that happen, and I hope he does.
First pitch is inside. Seth Gibson warmed up in the bullpen, and I think he's ready to go. He's come back to the dugout now. Anderson looking to get out of his 5th innings of work here on Diamond 1 Freeman Field.
Yep, we're going to need, they're going to want Oscar to get out of this. Seth's not a pitcher that, he's either on, like really on, or he's sometimes or quite often struggles to find the strike zone early, and that'll be horrible for them in this situation, so they'll want Oscar to get out of this.
Drop ball downside, Wahanui with a good eye.
2 strike 1.
Anderson, set and rocks. Gets that inside river.
Yeah,
it's been the pitch all game, hasn't it?
Yep, it's the 4th time he's been given that pitch as a called strike. You need to make an adjustment. You just simply do. You can't just watch it go past every time.
Wilson watching on from centre field. 2 away here. Top of the 5th innings. Anderson leans back. Here comes the 2-2. And off the hands, down to third base. The bobble, the throw. And it's a bang play at first base for the out from Fraser List. 2 runners left stranded. Kōkōwai trying to open the door again. They do pick up one run, but they can't convert the other two. 5 runs to 3. Back with more action, bottom of the 5th next. Fifth innings here, tight matchup between Pango and Kōkōwai. Pango will bat here in the bottom of the 5th innings. It'll be Hugh Davies that'll lead off the A side. Oscar Anderson will follow him with Curtis Tompkins, 1, 2 and 3 against Ihaka Tangaroa, who's gone the distance so far.
Do we need Ihaka to get ahead in the count early? Just want to throw a shout out there to the Wolfpack that won this morning. Way to go, guys.
Oh, yeah.
North Goat Wolfpack.
Under the 9s?
Under 11s.
Under 11s?
Yep.
Very, very cool. The Wolfpack.
Great bunch of kids.
What's that movie? The Hangover.
Oh,
and the guy's like,
don't.
do you want to join the Wolfpack? You are part of the Wolfpack. I guess we're talking about a different Wolfpack here.
Yeah.
Davies gets a change up and will loft this one out to the Rhino at right field for the first out.
One pitch, one out. That's what you're looking for every time. Better than a strikeout.
I like the way Tangaroa has bounced back after that first innings, T-Bone.
Well, like I said, you know, he's been around a little while now. He's a resilient guy. He stays focused. He doesn't put a lot of pressure on himself. You know, he's a pretty relaxed character.
He's enjoying himself, isn't he? You can see that on screen.
Always. Yeah, he loves his ball.
Well, it looks like we will have a pitching change, I'd say, because Hugh Davies, sorry, I should say Zeth Gibson is coming to bat for Oscar Anderson here. So it would lead to think that he will come in. He's either a pinch hit or he's going to come in with be the relief pitcher as well.
Yeah, Seth's a great hitter. He's a great hitter. You know, I think as he matures, he's going to, you know, work his strike zone, be a little finer.
This pitch is down low inside, so 3 straight balls here to Gibson. Pure and muscle is Zeth. Swings with violent velocity. And one on the outside edge will keep him in the batter's box.
See if Hucks can come back here and get him grounding out or popping up.
Change of pace, gets him to ground it out, and looks him down at the same time. Now, if that ain't the boogie Haka, I don't know what is.
Haka boogie.
Haka boogie.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Ihak enjoyed that out, and that's a, you know, he came back and battled back from 3-0 down, and got that good hitter out. It's good softball.
So 2 away here. Bottom of the 5th innings. Curtis Tompkins now. First pitch to him is outside the zone. Haka boogie. I thought it was like a Māori great dance or something.
No.
Do the boogie.
Well, I'm going to bring in Jiggery Pokery soon.
Oh my goodness. We know half our viewership will understand what we're saying. It's the other half.
Well, the young people are all playing, aren't they? No offence, listeners that are sitting in front of their their screens at the moment, enjoying this great day of softball with us.
Ball inside low. 2 balls, 1 now the count on Tompkins. Curtis Tompkins, I think the turning point in his career was when he started playing in Japan. He came back a much better player, more focus, good discipline, and slowly has climbed the ranks to earn the respect here at North Harbour as a player and a coach.
Yeah, nice chap too. I had a car that spoke Japanese only, and he came around and turned off all the alarms, and the crazy lady that was talking to me every time I turned a corner saved my relationship for a 7-hour car drive to Wellington.
I can only imagine what the cars say to you. It's not like, you're turning left, you're turning left, you're turning left too fast, you're turning left too fast.
Oh, look, I don't know. She had a lovely voice though. Yeah, I would have changed it if I'd known how, but Curtis was kind enough to come around and
Arigato.
silence the noise.
Tompkins with a full count here. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th innings. Hard hit ball up the middle and just skids off away from the pitcher. Tangaroa, boy, he's been in the mix of this innings, that's for sure.
Yep. He's still got a big smile on his face.
Tompkins with the line shot to centre field. Picks up a single.
That'll bring up to bat now. Marty Cannons. A couple of deep flyouts, 1 to left field, 1 to centre. Just missing the 1 to right field. You see that hard hit ball from Tompkins up the middle. Rise ball to the screen, and the designated runner, Whare Poti, will get down at second base unopposed.
Yeah, it makes it easy for him when that happens. But 2 down for Kōkōwai, they just need this out here. See the bullpen back up again for Kōkōwai. Both pitchers getting ready.
The Kōkōwai team had them up earlier today. Moana Hibbert and Dylan Fraser-List. Looks like Fraser-List has had the call too. He's coming back to the dugout.
I think guys are pretty warm. It's pretty easy to stay warm in this kind of temperature. So, you know, you don't need so much. Go out every couple of innings, do what you have to do to stay ready.
Whare Poti in scoring position here. The second base, looking for the river. The river just dried up a bit, a little high as well, I think.
I noticed Marty stands really close to the plate too. So, you know, anyone coming inside, you've got a risk of hitting them.
Eyes up, and then the expression on the face. Ground ball, good play by Graham off the seat of his pants for the 3rd out here. Boy, we've seen some good defensive plays here this week at the NFC. That'll do us through the bottom of the 5th innings. Pango can't add to the score. 5-3 as we'll come back in the top of the 6th in just a moment. Top of the 6th innings here, and a close one between North Harbour A and B, Pango and Kōkōwai. 5 runs to 3 at this point, and there'll be a pitching change on the hill here for the Pango side. Seth Gibson does stay in the ball game, replaces Oscar Anderson, and he will take over the pitching duties, the left-hander.
Yep, it's we'll see how he goes. I mean, he's in his last few starts, he struggled to find the strike zone early, so he's going to be looking to rectify that today. It's not a situation where he can come in and walk a few, because that's really going to put a lot of pressure on his teammates. And as I say, this team does not want to go down to their B team.
Kōkōwai will send up Jesse Fuller, the third baseman. Henry McCarthy, the centre field, having a great game offensively as McCarthy. And J.B. Gerbes, the shortstop. 1, 2, and 3 here. Gibson, what type of pitcher is he, Terence?
Well, he's a washing machine, so he's left-handed. He's got all the pitches. He's got all the pitches, yep.
Well, he stands, toes to the block. Back for his first pitch here on the top of the 6th. Drop ball down the tram line. I just found out that tram line on the outside doesn't exist in this game.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good pitch to me, but, Gav's one of the most, experienced and consistent umpires in the tournament.
Jesse Fuller here, and a hitter's count now. An opportunity to maybe step in the bucket and yank it as far as possible. Well, can't get the ball over though, Gibson. And 3 straight balls here to start the top of the 6th inning. A bit of noise now coming from the dugout from Kōkōwai.
Yeah, I think they know a lot about Seth and know how he's either right on. Yep.
That one clips the edge of the zone.
And how he can struggle, so they'll try and get in his ear early and unsettle him with their voices.
Young Fuller turns around and looks at the umpire on that last call. I'll check the swing and they will call it.
What
I tell you what though, T-Bone, what I was going to say is one thing he'll learn while turning around on that 4th pitch and a senior umpire like this, he might learn to just turn and say, my bad, and get back to the batter's box as quick as possible without disturbing anyone. Now just got 2 calls not go his way. Full count now. And there you go again. You want to stop looking back at a senior umpire, young man, otherwise you'll find your way to the bench pretty darn quick. 1 away here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, those were good pitches. Seth come back and thrown a couple of, loose ones and then come back when it mattered, and that's really all that matters.
Sometimes it's about learning, and you can look at the form of Gibson, the lifter here, just snaking on through right there, the right spot, and a good pitch to, as you so rightly mentioned, T-Bone, come right back.
Well, he's left-handed too, so that starts outside and it's going to tail back in. On his day, Seth's a really, really tough guy to beat.
That'll bring up the bat. The centre fielder, Henry McCarthy now. And that one comes down the tram line. No balls and 2 strikes now on McCarthy.
I think they're missing a little bit of gamesmanship here where they could be stepping out a little bit. But they're letting him work into a groove and into a rhythm.
Change of pace.
And, Seth likes to work quickly. And they could be unsettling him by.
McCarthy, he looks balanced in the batter's box, doesn't he? Trying to get the river, but too low this time.
He's a pretty slightly built guy. He likes to use his wrists, spin that bat through. Let's see what he can do here with Seth.
Gibson steps back. Here comes the 2-2. Inside drop ball, fouls that one off. We saw the slow-mo of the helicopter flying in the other day, and I didn't know you'd upgraded your Tesla to a helicopter, T-Bone. You get to the park pretty quick these days.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'd be dropping fishing lines off it. I wouldn't be here, mate. We'd be bringing in marlin from the beach.
The outside corner's good. Gibson finding his range. Starts the innings with 3 straight balls and now has found his command.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that outside pitch that wasn't getting given early, now we've got a left-handed pitcher in there who's getting that pitch. Good job from Seth Gibson there.
Looking focused. As the first pitch he delivers right down the inside edge of the strike zone to JP Gerbes.
Yeah, no point looking back at the umpire, young man.
Same play, same pitch, same result. 0-2 the count now.
Yeah, working both sides of the plate there. That was a good pitch. See if he wants to waste one here with 2-0 on the hitter.
Centre field playing late. Low lifter, not teasing enough to fish at. We've seen that defensive alignment. If you look at the centre fielder, just off to the right side, leaving a big patch of, let's say, patchy grass in the outfield between centre and left. And I guess that's a testament of this beautiful summer we're having, T-Bone. Normally the grass here is in pristine condition, and you can see it's probably not looking its best, but they're working on to get it back for the rest of the season. But the summer has been gorgeous, hasn't it?
Well, look at our tens, Chop. I mean...
Well, firstly, I'm a Māori, so I get a head start.
Well, same here, but...
Boy, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't go amiss in Africa right now with your Māori skin, I can tell you what. You've been at the beach fishing for sure.
Yeah, I've been out on the kayak quite a bit lately. But yeah, the summer's it's been fantastic. This summer we've had 2 years with no summer, and last year was atrocious. And anybody who came to the World Series would have seen that.
And it looks like we might have had
a mystery out.
No, I think potentially either it's a pitchcock violation or we've got the batter with his foot outside the box or something. I don't know. We haven't got the umpire mic'd up for this one, unfortunately. He was too busy getting ready. They're going to come together here, T-Bone. But while they're talking about that, what have you thought of this matchup so far between the North Harbour Pango side and Kōkōwai?
Oh, I think the Kōkōwai team, made it hard for themselves with that first inning and just not being ready to play. They came back and scored some runs and have moved the ball consistently. But yeah, it's been a good game of softball. I would have liked to have seen them come with a little bit more fire. But you've got Fabian Markey, you've got Brad on over there, and Andy Mack, steering the ship round. So they'll have a pretty good, finger on the pulse in terms of the energy of the team.
Well, they've sorted out their play here. They will come back into the batter's box. So 2 away, a 2-2 count on Gerbes. Outside pitch, a loaded count. The big thing, I guess, and you talked about they were missing the energy at the start of it, there's only 2-run difference in this ball game. It's up for grabs still, isn't it?
Yeah, well, with that energy, they don't have that 4-run first inning, and then they're actually in the lead.
Inside pitch, and he won't get it. Gerbes will trot down to first base with a walk. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, the tying run on the ball game comes to the plate in Jamison Graham.
Yeah, it'd be a good time to maybe, look at a steal here. Seth's first few pitches are usually a little loose.
Going at the first pitch is Graham. Will go foul down the line. He did drive in one of Kōkōwai's runs with his second at-bat and second hit of the ball game, both of them to left field. They've had some success today.
Yeah, he's had a good game. Good game so far. Made a great play at second base in the last couple of innings.
At the seat of his pants. Off and running on the pitch. The throw, the dive. And the oven mitt is in safely in the storm of the dust as Gerbes will swipe second base.
That was a pretty play to watch in terms of steals. He went in head first. Great play by Manu there. Caleb was on that shortstop.
Tell you what, she is a storm of activity here in this big matchup, game 46. 2 runs in it now. In scoring position, Gerbes at second base, albeit with 2 outs here. 0-2 the count on Graham. And he'll finish them off with a rise ball. They'll leave another run. Stranded does Kōkōwai. And that'll do us through the top of the 6 innings 2-run ball game. Pango will come out. Trying to stamp some authority, I'm sure, at the bottom of the 6. Back soon. Bottom of the 6 innings here, and the action has been intense. And the scoreboard has kept this game close between the North Harbour Kōkōwai team and North Harbour Pango. Middle of the bat's been found from time to time. Both teams have put their best foot forward here, and at the moment, the Kōkōwai team knocking on the door. Pango, I'm sure, we saw them in a huddle between the innings here. They want to try and prove something here on the bottom of the 6 innings.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be too happy that they, they've scored 1 run since the start of the game, and the other teams come back and gain an ascendancy on them. And it's not the kind of vibe that they want to take into the rest of the day, being in the position that they're in.
This one down low. Nick Lanigan will lead off here for the Pango team in the bottom of the 6th innings. Levi Wilson will bat after him. Then top of the shop, Caleb Arona.
Yeah, Nick's dangerous in this situation. No one on base. And that's now a ball. Okay.
2 balls, 1 strike here. Lanigan looking to load. Fuller's up. Bit of hang time for the young foe at third base from Kōkōwai. Oh, what a great play.
Nice, you can just see the energy shift in the teams here. Kōkōwai got a bit of a bounce in their step now. That they know that they're in the game. They've got one more chance to score some runs, and they've just got to get 3 outs here and make it doable. Give themselves a chance.
Levi Wilson struck out his first at-bat, got on base with his second at-bat, so going along at a good tick here. First pitch to him is up and out of the zone. Shows bunt on the run, can't make connection. And that'll level the count now, 1-1.
Yeah, he left it a long time to pull out of that. Interesting outfield placing here. We've got your left field in really close. Centre field kind of a normal position, and right field's really deep. So
we're kind of seeing the defensive here playing shifts in all different directions, haven't we?
I was watching East Coast Bay's under 15s this morning playing the shift.
No way.
Yep.
Love it. Analytics and softball's going off the hook as that drop ball gets away. That'll level the count now.
Yeah, the shift's a dangerous thing. I guess you need pitching that can hit spots to play the shift.
Cool. Well, we go to 2-2 in the count.
I'm pleased to know, T-Bone, I see your son is coming back with your credit card. Hopefully, he's not maxed it out.
You can't hit too much. There's nothing on the front of his T-shirt.
Inside pitch is good, and Wilson will go down in flames.
It was a great spot. Just froze him on the inside part.
Top of the order now, the shortstop for the Pango team. As you see the manager from the Kōkōwai looking on, Kylie Shannon. I think she'll be impressed with what she's seen out of her side today. Here's that rise ball on the inside edge of Wilson. Just catches him, and he knows it too.
Yeah. He was out all day there. Hux is doing a great job. He's just found the groove. It only took 6 innings, but better late than never.
Little bat flack from Rona in the box, and there was Fuller. Great play to kick us off here in the bottom of the 6th innings. Inside, misses the river.
You know, with the guys getting a bit of a talking to before this at-bat, it doesn't look like it's had much impact on them. You know, they're all playing a little bit tight now, I think, with the other team sneaking up on them.
Just fighting that one off on the outside edge. Well, you know that head coach Brad Runa will be wanting his team to test this Pango side, to make them apply themselves, to get them ready for the playoffs tonight.
Absolutely.
It's his role to breathe through the next generation right here at this tournament, him and Fabian Markia, and also to help this Pango team to be successful. Well, inside, gets away. Count eligible. Beautiful day. It's out, the sun's out, the gun's out, the sights to be seen, I tell you, T-Bone.
Apparently, Chopper, apparently.
Caleb Luna looking focused in the batter's box, isn't he, as that one skips just under his feet. Tangaroa with a 2-2. Drop ball that just bends too much off the table. That'll fill the count.
It's great to see the park filling up. You know, lots of people sitting out on the bank under umbrellas, and it's a beautiful day at the ballpark today.
Gerbes has been busy today, the shortstop for the Kōkōwai team. Round ball. Here's Gerbes' backhand. And the throw over in time. A fine defensive gem here in the bottom of the 6th innings. And it's kept this Kōkōwai team in the fight. 2 runs. They trail by top of the 7th. Can they do it? Can they pick the big dog? We'll find out when we come back. been a Titanic Battle Game 46 on the schedule here. Day 3 of the NFC. The Kōkōwai team, the development side, will get the bat at the top of the 7th, trailing by 2 runs. Can they grab the lead? Can they squeeze some more tension out of the Pango side in the field? We'll find out as they'll send up to bat here. 3 of their best. It'll be Ihaka Tangaroa, Joseph Hall and Jono Little. 1, 2, 3 here for Kōkōwai. It's been a dynamic game today. Pango gets off to a great start in the bottom of the first innings with 4 runs. Kōkōwai reply with 2 of their own in the top of the 3rd innings. Pango with 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Kōkōwai, though, pick up another one in the top of the 5th innings. That gives us the scoreline 5 runs to 3 at this point. And an opportunity for them to really put some pressure on here in the 7th innings, Terence Hibbert.
Yep, Huck's up against it here. I'm not sure what happened there, but everybody missed it.
I think there was a bit of a game, as you saw. Ihaka Tangaroa, the last couple of innings, has really stepped up.
Yeah, he just seems to be a lot finer. He's getting ahead in the count early. It's something he hasn't done for the whole part of the game. But, hey, look.
Inside out swing.
He's done enough to get it done for his team and keep them in the game. So it's a great effort.
Flies out to Monk at right field for the first out here. Hugh Davies, he's always in the middle of it. Got dirty today at second base.
Yeah, he likes diving around, old Huey. It's kind of like one of those kids that doesn't like not being dirty at rugby and stuff, you know.
Joseph Hall's been good today. 2 hits after a hard line drive to the shortstop at the first at bat. Excuse me, already converted 1 run of those 3 for Kōkōwai. Starts this at bat off with a strike. And a 3rd hit of the ball game for the Fish, finding his way just like Nemo.
Yep, I expect to see the DR come out here.
I tell you what, he's red hot. Maybe he might steal a bag before he goes.
Yeah, there's not many catchers who can do that stuff.
Harrison Baker will come out, the designated runner. So the tying run comes to the plate now, and John O'Little, co-captain of this Kōkōwai squad.
We need John to lose one here.
Captain's knock, maybe. This pitch is down and away.
John has got a pretty good eye, so Seth's going to have to be dialed in, sorry.
With 1 away here, Pango can terminate it with a double play as well. You see the Fish with his balance and composure as he punches that to the outfield. Boy, he's been good in the batter's box today, T-Bone.
Yeah, he's had a great game. You know, it's a good thing catching too. You know, you get to see the ball coming down all the time.
Drop ball. It goes foul just to the left side. Moves the count 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Well, for those who are watching, thank you very much for tuning in to our broadcast here with Ballpark Broadcasting and Atiawa Toa FM. Of course, Reece Duncan is camera crew joining the crew this week. Really great to have the images to share with you as we see Canterbury getting ready in the background for the next match. Ground ball, double play ball. Skips off the chest of Rona, and they're all safe. They are all safe now.
That's exciting. That brings a winning run to the plate. One Hibbert on deck, coming in for a pinch hit. And
doing everything the right way. Baker slides just in case he needs to break it up. And you're dead right with a winning run coming to the plate. That'll prompt a conference from Curtis Tompkins, the catcher, with his battery in the middle of the field. Looked like destined for a double play ball. Skips up, hits the chest of Rona at shortstop, and puts a little pressure on that dugout over there for Pango now here in the top of the 7th innings. Because it's the newest attraction at the zoo or at the NFC, it's the Rhino. Ryan Love already banged in a run today. would love to bang in 3 right here to grab the lead in the top of the 7th innings.
Seth Gisborne's going to need to be careful here. Ryan's got a lot of power.
Lefty on lefty, tough for the hitter normally.
And a huge cut at that one, but that's all right. Every now and again he finds one of those. So he's backing himself. It's good to see. Yeah, Caleb Lorna just got stuck there. He had to sit back and let it take another hop, and it cost him.
Running bunt play. Gibson up. No one there. Not happy. They were there. He couldn't quite see it. Maybe it's the shirts that caused the confusion. What I can tell you is it's a loaded bases situation for Team Kōkōwai now. The Rhino jamming it into the ground, causing some havoc.
It was a good play. Barehanded take by the pitcher. He just didn't get it away. It looks like there was 2 people going for the base.
I think that's the problem.
And again, that's the price you pay for having people playing out of position. At this stage, yeah.
I guess you want to take a little bit of leadership. I guess the second baseman, Hugh Davies, there is going to say, my bag. Get out of the way, young fella.
Or you just throw it at the bag and one of the 2 of them is going to catch it, right?
Loaded bases situation here. The co-captain, Hayden Wahanui, due up to bat, and Brad Rona will go to his team card and bring in a pinch hitter. It'll be Moana Hibbert, who will get an opportunity if he comes out of that huddle. That's him with the dreadlocks there, number 37 on the side of the screen. A big moment in the match here for Hibbert as he gets his opportunity against this Pango team.
Yeah, he's been having a reasonable time with the bat lately, has Moana. Be interesting to see how he goes here against Seth. They've been playing against each other for a long, long time. We'll see if he's going to swing at the first pitch or work himself into account.
The stage is set. Loaded bases, 1 down. First pitch is down. Held by the catcher, Tompkins.
Yep, I think the pressure's really come on to this Pango team. Seth might be feeling it.
Canterbury watching over the shoulder of the third base coach, McMillan. Directing traffic here for Kōkōwai. Cut. Got to go home. Will he get a double play? Yes, they will. It's a 1-2-3 double play that'll win the match here for the Pango side. 5 runs to 3. And it's got to be said, it had to finish with something spectacular, T-Bone. It didn't disappoint, did it?
Yeah, look, unfortunate outcome for the Kōkōwai team, but good on Pango for getting through and getting it done. Good game of softball to watch. Disappointed young man. Hopefully home cleaning his room later.
I'm going to come back to you, T-Bone, for the Ballpark Broadcasting player of the match. Pango got off to a flyer in the first innings, 4 runs at the bottom of the first. We did see a reply from the Kōkōwai team. In the third and the fifth, they scored 3 runs collectively. Yep. Pango did get an insurance run on the bottom of the fourth. And then, of course, we get to the bases loaded situation at the top of the 7th inning. This game could have gone either way. There's Pango that run out victors 5 runs to 3. Ballpark Broadcasting player of the match.
Yeah, I've got to go with Fish. He's he hit the runs in when it mattered. Really tough on the second baseman, Jameson there. But yeah, Fish had a pretty good game with the bat and can be proud of himself. They've put themselves in a position to win that game. Just couldn't get it done in the end, and the hamstring on Moana Hibbert there, running himself into a double play.
And there he goes. We saw a lot of effort. Get up tall, make the last out. As we saw it all happen here, the collisions, the clashes. Joseph Hall, the Ballpark Broadcasting player of the match. 3 from 4 today. It is Pango. Big score fight. 5 runs to 3. The big one coming up next on Freeman Field. Wellington v Canterbury for a shot at the title in the semi-final here this evening at 5 p.m. On behalf of Terence Kepinelli, Jason Gerbes, a.k.a. Chopper, and the rest of the Ballpark Broadcasting group, Atiawa, we'll see you shortly. Thank you so much for your attendance.